All I gotta say is that he's an industry fucking plant.
Regular, like, Caucasian man. And he's, like, mocking rap music.
Meanwhile, this over here is just junk.
Ian released Figure It Out on the 14th of February in 2024, where at this point in time he was quite literally a nobody. But it wouldn't take long until this song became a relatively viral hit for an unknown underground artist, having almost 20,000 videos made to it on the platform TikTok. Now, not only would it go viral for his one-liners, but also for his skin color. When fans started digging through his social media to realize he was white, they started leaving comments such as, "You would never think bro made this song," which wasn't only due to the fact he was white, but also because he was the whitest white kid. Ian seemed like any other ordinary white dude, but soon after Ian started releasing more tracks, slowly becoming an underground superstar, people were starting to notice Ian was some sort of industry plant, and that this white kid character was actually a marketing strategy.
Now, let's go over the developments since we went over how Forbat's manager follows Ian, but not every other underground rapper, which doesn't make sense but yeah, you get the point. He gets an academics post, which is like $4,500, I've heard. What underground rapper got that budget? That's not even the worst part. If you go to his Spotify credits on Figure It Out, he signed to Columbia Records on he's dropped 2 songs, 3 maybe, 3. Who did Drake just sign though? And what did I say from the very beginning? That they got the same management.
All I gotta say is that he's an industry plant, okay? Like, you only dropped 2 songs already, and now he's getting co-signed from Drake.
But honestly, yes, even though he was some sort of industry plant, most people were not really fussed. He was dropping bangers and people were just enjoying them. If anything, 99% of his fan base didn't know he was a plant. They just knew he was making decent and catchy music from TikTok. Now, everything would go incredibly smooth for Ian so far, dropping many popular TikTok songs and slowly becoming an underground favorite. Well, that would be until the June of 2024, where he dropped his debut mixtape Valedictorian, which to say the least was definitely not well received by the internet. Music blog site Pitchfork gave the project a 4.1 rating and stated that the latest viral rapper absorbs black influences while marketing himself as if he doesn't. His songs are fine, but he is a cipher, a husk, and a vacuum of taste. Where they also further stated in their review that it's making a joke out of the music and culture it's trying to swagger jack. Everything is so tongue-in-cheek. Look, it isn't funny that a college-age white kid who you could imagine playing lacrosse at a New England private school has a mixtape hosted by DJ Holiday, famous for talking ish on some of the greatest Gucci Mane and Chief Keef projects. Now, it wasn't only people hating because he was supposedly stealing from black culture, but also because they thought the music simply wasn't it, and that his new album didn't contribute to anything, let alone rap.
This new Ian project, it's not good. Ian, he's a Dallas rapper who's kind of popping off right now, and I kind of feel like he and the music he's pushing is one of the biggest so whats I've heard come out of the music industry in a while. Here's the appeal of Ian in a nutshell. He essentially rips off Playboi Carti mercilessly, as well as a Lil Baby, the auto-tune on their voice, his vocal inflections, and he does this while pretty much flexing the fact that he's just your average white bro. Like, oh man, he's doing the had to do it to him meme, oh man, oh my gosh. I mean, I'll say it, there's nothing inherently funny about being white and also being a rapper.
Now, even though Ian had already faced a huge amounts of backlash from hip-hop listeners, it would continue getting worse for him, as this time the influential Tyler the Creator would step in to call him out for apparently mocking rap and calling it audio blackface.
This white kid, regular, like, Caucasian man, and he's like mocking Future and Gucci Mane, like, rap music, and like people are like, this hard. It's not even like satire. It's like, I'm just joking, I'm just mocking it. But I'm like, no, you can't do. And I hold rap music so close to my heart because it changed my life and everyone's life around me, and I'm a nerd about this. This is like weird, and I'm looking at it, and something about it like don't even sit well with me in comparison to someone like a Mac Miller or Eminem, who it didn't seem like they was mocking it. They had a genuine love for it, and they were still just being, you know, aside from when Eminem was wearing do-rags in like 2006. This is blackface.
I gotta see.
This is audio blackface.
Now in this clip, he doesn't directly state he is addressing Ian, but he does say some white kid who's mocking Gucci Mane and Future, with some of Ian's beats sounding very Gucci Mane-like, and Ian of course being a popular white kid that's blown up right now. Now, a respected artist like Tyler the Creator calling out a popular upcoming rapper, of course this situation blew up, with every blog page posting stories about what Tyler said about Ian. To show you how viral this went, Kirko posts on the situation amassed over 20 million views and 70,000 likes, which is insanely high. Now at first, some people tried to deny that Tyler was even talking about Ian and thought he may have been talking about other white meme rappers, someone such as Lil Mabu, but it would be confirmed after people checked Tyler's Twitter likes, where he liked a quote tweet of an Ian snippet which read, "LMAO, this is what Miles Davis was talking about. If you didn't know, Miles Dewis Davis III was an American jazz trumpeter, band leader and composer. He was among the most influential and acclaimed figures in the history of jazz and 20th century music." Now from what I can find, Miles Davis also spoke upon white musicians in an interview, saying they lag behind the beat.
Are black musicians genetically better than white musicians? Get me in trouble.
Not better, but they play different. White musicians seem to lag behind the beat. You know, I don't know why.
Does black musicians hurt more?
What do you mean hurt more?
I mean, is it?
It's not that cliche.
I mean, it's not that easy to say that because you came out of slavery, you play on the beat.
No. I have nothing to do with it.
All right.
I told a student teacher of mine like that in Juilliard.
Now this of course shows us that Tyler was directing his comments at Ian and thinking his music is just a meme and a mockery of rap, which I guess could be partially true, as a lot of Ian's rise to popularity came from memes. I mean, the whole idea that he is a normal white dude becoming a rapper, which is a black created culture, his debut mixtape cover art being a recreation of a meme, and then moments such as when he walked out on stage recreating Lil Yachty's iconic run, Tyler isn't exactly wrong. Now there was a mix of reactions from fans. Some were shocked and confused why Tyler was even hating on an upcoming artist, as when Tyler was breaking through, he also got a lot of hate, which was predominantly due to people thinking he was different and weird. And some fans even tried to bring up the point that Tyler the Creator at one point in time was also mocking rap, bringing up lyrics about doing the R word on a pregnant woman, then telling his friends he had a threesome. Very odd. People also questioned how is he mocking Gucci Mane or Future, as a lot of people thought if anything he sounds more like Ye. Now these opinions of Tyler being an old head are of course coming from the comments of Kirko's post, which is a blog page predominantly intended for the newer generation kind of audience and listeners of artists such as Carti, Ye, Ken Carson, and in general are in support of upcoming rappers and underground artists who will side with Ian. Now on the other hand, if we look at posts from let's just say older demographics and other audiences where they were saying that Ian is nothing but a culture vulture, suggesting he contributes nothing to rap and his work is very shallow with no meaning. Some commenters even began predicting that in a couple years time he will take the Post Malone route of using hip hop to become famous and then switching to country music. They even left comments such as, "Name me one good rapper that came out in the 2020s. You can't, rap died. Bring back artists who do the music for the love of it." Now from reading a lot of comments and getting in people's mixed opinions, it seemed like most fans believe the comments from Tyler about mocking Future and Gucci Mane are over exaggerated, as there really is no evidence of him doing so apart from using the same type beats. However, Tyler's point about how the industry is pushing and promoting these artists such as Ian and how they aren't contributing to hip hop is what most fans agreed with.
And I'm not really a huge fan of his obsession with, the seriousness with which Ian or anybody else approaches their music, because I don't think the level of seriousness that you portray in your art or your public persona is necessarily a reflection of the artistic merits of your work per se. With that being said, though, I do think there is reason to point at Ian as, like, you know, an example of how viral music marketing in the current day music industry can go wrong, because it sometimes fast tracks some of the most worthless and mediocre music that mankind has ever generated. And Ian is a prime example of that, because repeatedly, when it comes to his production choices, his flows, his lyrical content, and even his song structures, he really truly brings nothing to the table that we aren't already getting, but better, from at least several dozen other artists.
So basically, Tyler and a lot of hip-hop fans are upset that Ian is getting all of this clout and attention when in reality, his only selling point is that he's an average white kid, without bringing anything new to the table. Whilst Tyler himself got a lot of hate due to people believing he has become a hypocrite, an old head hating on a new generation, which at some point in time, Tyler experienced himself during his come-up. Now, after this interview clip went viral, CEO of Boo Vision, Boo Theum, who signed Ian, called out Tyler on his Instagram story. Yo, at Felicia the Go, I signed Ian and I'm from Atlantic. He sounds nothing like Gucci or Future lol, it's called influence. But I never thought I'd see the day where you become old and hate on the youth lol. Now time for Ian's response, which wasn't really a direct response, as he would drop a song alongside a music video on his Instagram titled Shut It Down, produced by 2 Hollis, who himself doesn't have a great reputation as an organic artist due to his mother allegedly managing Skrillex and doing PR for The Weeknd. The release from Ian overall got a pretty negative response. Of course, underground listeners enjoyed it, but the majority of Twitter began hating and saying Tyler was right about what he said. This is exactly what Tyler was talking about. So mid, worst industry plan ever. Are humans supposed to listen to this? Maybe the worst thing I've ever heard include anything non-song. But the thing is, negative comments on social media can only do so much. As on Ian's Instagram post where the video was released, it amassed over 3 million views and 270,000 likes. So really, if anything, those comments from Tyler just gave Ian a huge wave of momentum, with fans leaving comments such as, never heard a Tyler the Creator song this good, I can't lie. Greatest white rapper. Bro's ignoring it. Respect. So overall, Tyler called out Ian for supposedly mocking Gucci and Future, when in reality, most people didn't really see it as a mockery. However, most people do see the fact that Ian's image of being an average white kid to blow up in the world of rap is definitely wrong and very culture vulture-like. And what is hilarious about this entire situation is that from Childish's Gambino TV show, Atlanta, there is an episode or a segment from an episode where this exact situation occurs, where these dudes, who I'm presuming is from Atlanta as the show is called Atlanta, are trying to blow up and make money, and basically to do that, they try to sign a white rapper, as they know it will blow up.
All right, y'all listen up, man. I'm only gonna say this one time. If you in here, that means you care about your future. But this is not about rap. If you in here dealing in rap, then you can leave right now. Everybody in here can rap their asses off. But if rapping meant you made money, then Cassidy will be a fucking billionaire. Take a look at this slide. Now, can you guess which one of these people is a Billboard charting rap artist with billions of streams globally? It's simple. We all know that optics is everything. With my system, I'm tossing your black ass a life raft.
I can help my brother better when I'm at the top.
Hey. Look at this. Memorize this. Go to sleep dreaming about this.
What's a YWA, man?
Hey, young, white, avatar.
One of them kids that you was hanging out in the studio with yesterday.
See, you gotta get one and train him and nurture him and try to catch them all. Exactly.
Man, I can make an album better than them kids, win a Grammy, and then use the clout to go on tour again.
And your album would be better. But nobody wants to hear you. Because you're old. You can never get bigger than your last album.
Y'all tripping.
We tripping.
Yeah.
Bunch on the slide. See, it's 3 stages to this thing. The first one is Young Street. That was all us when we first started out, all swagger. Then is OG. See, the young kids, they look up to us. They respect the influence. Finally, it's family films. Now see, right here, you right on the cusp of OG. But you think you got all the time in the world. But in actuality, you're gonna be Ice Cube's best friend in Are We There Yet 5 in less than a year.
Oh, that's bull, man. That's bull. Still hot out here, man. I just did an arena tour.
And what's bigger than an arena? You think you selling out soccer stadiums, man? All that goes up must go down. Let me ask you a question. When you was in the studio yesterday with those kids, they even know who you were?
Man, fuck them kids. Man, look, still checking for me because I speak for the streets. You heard?
Man, the streets can't feed you. What, you want to end up like Blue Blood? I love that, and I didn't even know he had an album out till he was in the ground for 5 months.
You could downsize your whole lifestyle and be fine. Live out in the country in the middle of nowhere. But if you want this lifestyle, you better get a YWA in the next 5 months while they still remember you.